Apartments are
Lauer Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake.
Make no mistake.
Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy. Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
Looking for the best gun gear for every and any situation? Little Angry Man Arms LLC has you covered. Top-notch guns from top-name brands like Winchester, Glock, Sig Sauer, and Ruger to essential extras from Magpul, Streamlight, Hollow, Sun Optics, and more. Little Angry Man Arms LLC have everything to make your shooting adventures a success. Visit littleangrymanarms.com today and gear up for your next big hunt, competition, or home defense. Don't miss out on our exclusive deals. Little Angry Man Arms LLC, based in Trail City, South Dakota, your ultimate hunting partner.
At Horton Laser Craft, we believe in the power of personalization. Whether it's a cherished memory, a special occasion, or a unique gift, our custom laser engraving brings your vision to life. Our expert craftsmen and state-of-the-art technology ensure every piece is a work of art. From personalized decor to one-of-a-kind keepsakes, Horton Lasercraft makes every moment unforgettable. Horton Lasercraft is owned and operated by a local veteran and his wife located near Thunderhawk, South Dakota. They provide custom laser products at a reasonable price, and their turnaround time is fast and efficient.
Custom board cutting, glassware, decanter sets, mugs, assorted stainless steel jewelry, assorted tags, decor, custom acrylic nightlights, and much, much more.
Call them up at 605-545-7535. Horton Lasercraft, where memories are engraved.
.49 and cloudy, mostly cloudy 44 in Mulbridge, mostly cloudy 49 in here, mostly cloudy and 40 in Aberdeen. Rain showers 43 in Lemon, 55 Fair and Sioux Falls at this hour. Right here in North Dakota, Williston, Dickinson, 42 mostly cloudy. Minot, Garrison, 42 partly cloudy. Henninger, Bowman, 44 mostly cloudy. Jamestown, 44 partly cloudy. Sunny and 42, Devil's Lake. Grand Forks, 39 mostly sunny. Fargo, sunny, 45 at this hour. And right here at Bismarck, Mandan, we've got mostly cloudy skies. Northeast wind at 5. Barometer at 30.11 inches and falling. Humidity 89%. 41 degrees going up to 63 here on KFYR 550, KFYR.com, 99.7 FM, and iHeartRadio. Yesterday's high was 64 degrees. Yesterday's low of 40 and average of 52. Normal high at this time of year, 71 degrees. Record 96, that back in 1928. Normal low 45. The record 28 at 1999. 92 in 2002. Tonight's sunset, 9:21. Tomorrow morning, sunrise, 5:59. Tomorrow night, sunset at 9:22. For the latest, dial 511 from any phone and visit dot.nd.gov for the latest. Again, mostly cloudy, 41, 812. Mike Wagner, KFYR Radio, your news, weather, and trail authority. Guns in the 701 are coming up next right here on KFYR.
KFYR 550.
Friday edition Clay Travis Buck Sexton Show. Underway on your Memorial Day vacations. We will send you into the holiday weekend. We'll give you the latest on the big, beautiful bill, which is now passed the House and will be on to the Senate. And we will get you ready for everything going to happen over Memorial Day weekend. All that and more. Come hang with us on Clay and Buck.
This morning at 11 on KFYR.
iHeartRadio's got you covered for the summer. Sail on with commercial-free weekends on Yacht Rock Radio. Roll down the windows for road trips with summer playlists like Summer Classics. Or just escape into a podcast. Your summer soundtrack is already in your pocket with the free iHeartRadio app. Find your next summer preset now.
Raise the rudders! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. We'll even give you a $100 credit on your next campaign. Get started today at linkedin.com/generate. Terms and conditions apply.
People talk about trailblazing, but how do you really blaze a trail? With all-terrain tires, tubular roof rack, a lifted suspension, and a rugged build that craves adventure, this is the off-road unlocked. From our U.S. factories to your driveway, find your path with the Nissan Pathfinder, now with a lower price. Available feature: intelligent four-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions.
e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter isn't just a one-trick pony. It can be used alone, under foundation, or as a highlighter.
Excuse me. As a pony, the term one-trick pony is offensive. I actually know a lot of tricks.
Sorry. e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter, a many-tricked pony.
The correct term is a multi-talented, small-boned horse.
e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter, a multi-talented, small-boned horse.
Thank you.
e.l.f. Halo Glow, available at your favorite retailer.
Indeed knows working in healthcare can be rewarding and challenging.
Let's check your vitals.
Nicole is passionate about helping every patient, but her current nursing gig has left little room for work-life balance.
I'm gonna miss girls' night again.
She needs Careers in Care by Indeed. Their hub for healthcare professionals has resources to help you find better work, like a curated job board, tips to update your resume, and more.
Cheers to my new job.
Visit Indeed.com/care today.
Upgrading your smart TV just got easier with the new Roku Streaming Stick and Roku Streaming Stick Plus. They power directly from your TV, clutter-free, so you can get plugged into America's #1 streaming platform. Access features such as backdrops and voice remote, tune into live TV and sports for free, and stream the best apps like iHeart, where you can listen to your favorite music, radio, and podcasts all for free. Head over to Roku.com and meet the new Roku players. It's on. Roku.
The best part of spring is growing your own garden, and you have to start with the best, like Bonnie plants. I grow Bonnie cabbage, tomatoes, basil. I'm Martha Stewart, and they are my favorite. Visit your local gardening center and find my favorites, Bonnie plants.
All right, it's that time again. Every Friday around 8:15, it's Guns in the 701 here on KFYR 550, KFYR.com, 99.7 FM, and iHeartRadio. Normally it's JD, Clay, and all the crew, and this time it's just Clay only, going shotgun solo here. Clay, how you doing? Happy Friday. Happy Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, hey, thanks, Mike. Glad to be here, and yeah, I can't think of a better weekend. Go out there and remember why we're here. Remember those fallen heroes that gave their ultimate sacrifice on Memorial Day, and it's a great time to have an extended weekend, but remember why we're celebrating it. Don't forget about that. Find a Memorial Day service and attend it on Monday.
Right, that's a really good idea as well, too. And, of course, why do people die for freedom? Why do we die to protect? And why do we sacrifice? I guess many people don't understand it these days. And with our current administration, we need a stark reminder on what Memorial Day is really about.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think until the current conflicts, we've pretty much had somebody in every war, it seems like, in this nation.
Oh, my God. Yeah, it's like, look what's going on in the news with all the shootings going on. Of course, you had that couple got gunned down and everything like that. So, yeah, crazy stuff.
Yes, it is. But, yeah, it's you know what? And, I'm going to move right into what we call the Hearing Protection Act. Of course, it didn't get in there as a standalone bill. It did go through the reconciliation bill. Mm-hmm. And I guess it's just a little bitty, it's a little bitty step towards probably Second Amendment restoration and freedom again. It passed by one vote in the House. And then, there's a lot of people that they don't think it went far enough. I agree. I'd like to have seen it better, but this is how it works. Anybody who's been involved in this process, whether it's at the federal level, the state level, even your county level, you're never going to get it all. There's always going to be the opposition because there's opposition gets elected as well. And we'll take this little victory where they have removed suppressors as far as the way it looks when I read it. There won't be a $200 tax stamp anymore. It isn't going to be considered a firearm, which is interesting in that wording, but you're still going to have to go through the NICS background check system, fill out your 4473. And there's a lot of things that can be done in this bill, but you can't change the NFA, which is the National Firearms Act. And that's where we're at right now.
Right, and also, too, that, basically that we had too many restrictions, gunned down and everything like that, and you'll be talking later about Wyoming schools becoming to one of the first or one of the few to change the gun-free zones as well, too. So it's just like, gun-free zones, it's like Wyoming taking its first step, if I'm right, they're like, the first state or one of the first states.
Yeah, Wyoming's doing a great job out there. But I just want to make sure that everybody realizes that this hasn't become law yet as far as with the suppressors. It's still got to get through the Senate. Nice thing about a budget bill or reconciliation bill, it only takes a simple majority of 51. And I'm pretty confident we're going to get that there, and then President Trump will get to sign it. Like I said, it's a great step. It's not everything. I mean, they did not remove short-barreled firearms. They didn't do anything with that. So, I mean, just so everybody's up and up on this, just remember, this is not law yet. It doesn't get us everything, but let's celebrate the small victories, especially celebrating, men and women who fought for freedom in this country over Memorial Day. So I'm okay with this. It passed 215 to 214. And that's where I'm not going to talk anything else in the bill because there's a ton of stuff in that bill I don't like. But
I think there's some things that we're trying to figure out and trying to get all the legal language out of the way, mumbo jumbo, and we're still trying to figure this out. Throwing all the fluff and stuff and puff and everything like that, and we're still trying to clear through smoke and get rid of all the smoke screens, and we're still trying to figure this out.
Yeah, I'm sure the Senate's going to have a lot to say about it. I hope this stays in there. We'll find out. We're going to find out. But anyway, let's take that small victory lap, and hopefully that part survives and makes it to the president's desk.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's something, too. And I was just reading the whole thing about Wyoming school systems, and I saw an article in there that says 400 miles to the west in Wyoming's bluest community, the Teton School District is also deep in writing a policy to allow civilians to carry guns for the first time in schools. And I remember a long time ago that, growing up, I, born in 64, I'm revealing my age right now, that you could carry whatever your weapon you want as long as you don't use it for your purposes. Like, somebody came out and tried to attack you. It's like, hey, back off,
Well, gun-free zones, that came under pretty much the Clinton administration. That's when all that happened. And, it's a stupid thing as far as I'm concerned. I've always thought that.
Oh, God, one of the worst.
Anybody,
one of the worst. Look how many killings we ended up with. Gun-free, yeah, that's like, literally shooting more than ducks in a barrel. More like, what do you call it? Goose, feast. It's like moose in a barrel. My God,
Here's what I love about the bill that passed in Wyoming. It not just affects schools. And I'll read you one key element. It says, bill allows the concealed carry of a gun in any meeting of a governmental entity, the legislature or a legislative committee meeting, public school and university, certain areas of public airports and public buildings, if not otherwise prohibited by law. Clarifies that the legislature preempts the regulation of firearms, meaning they take control of that, and amends the existing preemption. So we just had a court case in North Dakota on preemption, and it had to do with firearms licensing in Fargo, North Dakota. We won that. Fargo was told to pound sand, and they're no longer able to go ahead and make their own ordinance that's going to restrict the Second Amendment in certain residential areas, which was a big victory in North Dakota on that. So this is the first time Second Amendment is not up for debate. It's not up for compromise. It is the 27 words, and it is solid in our Constitution. And local entities, counties, states need to realize they can't change it. They shouldn't change it, nor should they ever interpret it. It's pretty crystal clear. And what Wyoming did here, they're kind of giving a big old you-know-what to the feds in their gun-free zone and have eliminated it essentially with this. Now, a bunch of the leftists in some of these school districts aren't happy with it. But
are they ever happy? That's the question. Are they ever happy?
Well, especially a certain part of them, no. It's funny. They keep talking about it's their job to ensure the safety of the children, but yet they take the tools away that do ensure that. There is nothing on the books that says, there's no study that says a gun-free zone makes that building safer. It's actually the opposite. Schools that have allowed their personnel to go through the training, go through the operations and learning how to use their firearm and use it in a defensive case, guess what? Those schools don't get hit. Those schools don't ever have a shooting. I believe it was Utah did this with several of their schools, and some of them have even taken up the mantra of that. And now there's not one single incident of a school shooting where their employees or their school resource officers are armed. Guns save lives. It's plain and simple. Quit turning schools into soft targets. I mean, what's better, Mike? We'll have nobody there with a firearm, and yet the criminal, which we've said many times on here, the criminal says, I don't care what the law says. I'm going to go in there and do it anyway. And they do. And nobody can stop them because they got no means of defense. It's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever saw. And it don't just apply to schools. Mm-hmm. This should apply just like Wyoming did across the board.
Mm-hmm. You know something, too? That's the easy publicity for a shooter as well, too. I mean, my God, look at how many shootings they have had. And then a story about this, story about that. And they're getting not just 15 minutes of fame, but 15 hours, 15 days, 15 weeks, 15 years of publicity. And look at how many, stories about this shooter, that shooter, everything like that. And some calling them giving praise, glory, and thanks and all that. So it's like they're paying publicity for nothing. It is so ridiculous.
Well, the drive-by media or the left media, like Rush used to call them, they glorify it because it fits their narrative to ban guns. They really, honestly, we don't have as many school shootings as you think. It's just when they happen, they get day after day, minute after minute. They just get, like you've talked about, forever. And honestly, some of these numbers have went down compared to where they were even 20 years ago. And I know people don't believe that, but you can look it up yourself. The Department of Justice has that, all them stats on their website. It's pretty easy to find them. And then you got John R. Lott Jr., who has proven that more guns, less crime. And that it holds true everywhere. You create a soft target such as a, quote, gun-free zone, and you're asking for trouble. And most criminals, when they get caught, they'll tell you, hey, I went to this house and robbed it because there was no resistance, or I went here because I knew I wasn't going to be confronted by any kind of a force coming back at me, that being a firearm, knife, whatever it might be. Criminals are criminals. They like soft targets, and they're going to pick them every day, all day long.
Right, yeah, and of course, what they do in Israel too. You obviously learn your ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, colors, shapes, sizes, animals, and all that, and they're taught to operate a handgun. But there is a thing going on in Connecticut. We'll talk about that in the next segment. Second Amendment Foundation and its partners filed a lawsuit in federal court challenging Connecticut's ban on adults under the age of 21 purchasing, owning, or carrying handguns. We'll get to more of that, Clay. We're going to come back in about 10 minutes or so on Guns in the 701. So you want to hang out for a little bit? Maybe run and get a coffee, pull Jack Daniels in it, Clay?
It's too early for that, but yeah, we'll see you on the flip side.
Sounds good. Okay, we'll be back in 10 minutes. Gunston is 701 here on KFYR.
Here's your AccuWeather forecast. A cloudy start.
Lauer Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake.
Make no mistake.
Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy, Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
Looking for the best gun gear for every and any situation? Little Angry Man Arms LLC has you covered. Top-notch guns from top-name brands like Winchester, Glock, Sig Sauer, and Ruger to essential extras from Magpul, Streamlight, Hollow, Sun Optics, and more. Little Angry Man Arms LLC have everything to make your shooting adventures a success. Visit littleangrymanarms.com today and gear up for your next big hunt, competition, or home defense. Don't miss out on our exclusive deals. Little Angry Man Arms LLC, based in Trail City, South Dakota, your ultimate hunting partner.
At Horton Laser Craft, we believe in the power of personalization. Whether it's a cherished memory, a special occasion, or a unique gift, our custom laser engraving brings your vision to life. Our expert craftsmen and state-of-the-art technology ensure every piece is a work of art. From personalized decor to one-of-a-kind keepsakes, Horton Lasercraft makes every moment unforgettable. Horton Lasercraft is owned and operated by a local veteran and his wife located near Thunderhawk, South Dakota. They provide custom laser products at a reasonable price, and their turnaround time is fast and efficient.
Custom board cutting, glassware, decanter sets, mugs, assorted stainless steel jewelry, assorted tags, decor, custom acrylic nightlights, and much, much more.
Call them up at 605-545-7535. Horton Lasercraft, where memories are engraved.
Today and see how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. We'll even give you a $100 credit on your next campaign. Get started at linkedin.com/generate. Terms and conditions apply.
When you drive the Nissan Frontier, this sound is the sound of exploring new trails. It's the sound of a 310 horsepower V6 engine charging up a cliffside. Sounds like going places and towing the boat with you. Sounds like a great weekend. Where will you go in the V6 powered Nissan Frontier? Up to 7,150 pounds towing for the 2025 Frontier S 4x2. Towing capacity varies by configuration. See Nissan Towing Guide and Owner's Manual for additional information. Cargo and load capacity limited by weight and distribution. Always secure cargo.
KFYR.
News. I'm Chris Foster. Stocks are down to start the day on Wall Street as President Trump threatens new tariffs on the European Union and Apple.
President Trump says on Truth Social that Apple should face a tariff of 25% for iPhones not made in the United States. A 25% tariff would significantly increase the price of iPhones. Ginny Kosola, Fox News.
There's a big Russia-Ukraine prisoner swap happening.
Senior Ukrainian officials say the exchange of 1,000 prisoners from Ukraine and Russia has begun. President Trump congratulated both sides in a Truth Social post. The swap was agreed to during last week's talks in Turkey. Those talks were the first direct peace discussions between Russia and Ukraine since the early weeks of the Russian invasion.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. Harvard University is suing the Trump administration over a ban on enrolling foreign students announced yesterday by the Homeland Security Department. America's listening to Fox News.
And now, from North Dakota's News Authority, Mike Wagner, KFYR Radio News.
Good morning. Happy Friday. KFYR News time is 8:32. Mostly cloudy, 41 in Bismarck, Mandan. Showers around, overcast. Clouds, sun this afternoon, high 63. Tonight, mainly cloudy, low 43. Saturday, cloudy, high 64. Sunday, variable clouds, high 67. Memorial Day, Monday, times of clouds, sun, thunderstorms, a couple spots, high 65. Variable cloudiness, couple showers, high 64. Your AccuWeather forecast coming up following the news. A Minot man faces life imprisonment for a 2024 death. A jury found DeLon Davis guilty of murder for the death of Mark Ramon McMillan. Davis is accused of fatally shooting McMillan in a downtown area business, hiding the victim's body in the boiler room. Investigators found McMillan's body 3 months after the report missing. Davis was found guilty. Additional charges, including tampering evidence. If given a life sentence, he would not have a chance of parole. Governor Kelly Armstrong says he accidentally vetoed funding for housing and homelessness programs. Armstrong vetoed 7 items in the batch of final bills in 2025 legislative session. However, a line item veto for a $150,000 grant to address homelessness in tribal communities also included $35 million for housing projects and homelessness assistance. Governor Armstrong cannot rescind a veto, which might require state legislators to be called back for a special session. Armstrong says an honest mistake that will be fixed. North Dakota state official could join the U.S. Department of Education. The Senate Help Committee nominated Kirsten Baszler to be next Assistant Secretary of Elementary and Secondary Education. Her nomination advanced to the full Senate after a narrow 12-11 vote yesterday. If confirmed, Baszler will step down for position as the North Dakota State Superintendent of Public Instruction after serving since 2012. And a Watford City middle school students in custody after reported threats. Multiple agencies responded to the school yesterday after the school resource officer received information about a threat of violence deemed credible. Watford City police, sheriff, deputies, and state troopers were on the scene, arrested a student without incident in the Fox Hills Elementary School parking lot. KFYR News time is 8:35. AccuWeather forecast is next.
Clear vision starts at Dakota.
iHeartRadio's got you covered for the summer. Sail on with commercial-free weekends on Yacht Rock Radio. Roll down the windows for road trips with summer playlists like Summer Classics. Or just escape into a podcast. Your summer soundtrack is already in your pocket with the free iHeartRadio app. Find your next summer preset now.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? Well, with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills. Wait, did I say job title yet? Get started today and see how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. We'll even give you a $100 credit on your next campaign. Get started at linkedin.com/generate. Terms and conditions apply.
Here's your AccuWeather forecast. A cloudy start this morning, partly sunny by afternoon. Couple of showers, though. High today, 63. Mainly cloudy for tonight into tomorrow. Low tonight, 43. The high tomorrow at 64. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, though 45. And then variable cloudiness on Sunday, high at 67. Monday, times of clouds and sun. A thunderstorm in the area, the high 65. Get your weather news when you want it from AccuWeather.com. With your AccuWeather forecast, I'm Steve Williams.
And current temperatures across the region this hour. Sunny skies throughout the state of Minnesota, Twin Cities, and Duluth at 48. Partly cloudy, 46 in Billings. Cloudy and 51 in Miles City. Late rain, 50 in Glasgow. In South Dakota, Rapid City, 49 cloudy. Mostly cloudy, 44 in Mulbridge. Mostly cloudy, 49 in Pure. Mostly cloudy, 40 in Aberdeen. Rain showers, 43 in Lemon. 55 fair in Sioux Falls at this hour. Right here in North Dakota, Willis and Dickinson, 42 mostly cloudy. Minot Garrison, 42 partly cloudy. Hettinger, Bowman, 44 mostly cloudy. Jamestown, 44 partly cloudy. Sunny, 42 in Devil's Lake. Mostly sunny, 39. Grand Forks, Fargo, 45 and sunny. Right here at Bismarck, Mandan, mostly cloudy skies. Northeast winds at 5. Barometer, 30.11 inches and falling. Humidity, 89%. 41 degrees, go up to 63 here at the Voice of Northern Plains. Yesterday's high, 64 degrees. Yesterday's low, 40, an average of 52. Normal high at this time of year, 71 degrees. Record 96, set back in 1928. Normal low, 45. The record 28, set back in 1992, 2002. Tonight, sunset, 9:21. Tomorrow morning, sunrise, 5:59. Tomorrow night, sunset at 9:22. And for latest, dial 511 from any phone. Visit dot.nd.gov for the latest. And again, it's mostly cloudy, 41 Bismarck, Mandan, 837 Mike Wagner, KFYR Radio, your news, weather, and trail authority. Now back to Guns in the 701 with Clay Pearson solo here on KFYR. And I hope I had your coffee and a little Jack, Clay, because we're going to be talking about the latest news as well, too, regarding, what was that? Connecticut, something under 21. I'm trying to remember what it is. It's like, oh my gosh, I got so much here. Banning under 21.
Yeah, it's kind of on the same basis of what Minnesota had. And that's why I brought this one forth this morning, is because Minnesota had a ban basically on concealed carry permits for anybody under the age of 21, meaning 18 to 20-year-olds, which 18 to 20-year-olds are adults, and there's no basis for it. There's no historical basis for it. With the Bruin decision we had out in New York, Rifle and Pistol, and then Bruin out there in New York, when that was overturned, and that was upholding the Second Amendment based on historical use by the Supreme Court, well, it was a great cascade of Second Amendment cases being actually reaffirmed and upheld across the nation. Well, this is no different. And Second Amendment Foundation, they basically got together. They're challenging it in federal court because they have a ban on adults under the age of 21 from even purchasing, owning, or carrying a handgun out there, which doesn't surprise me, which is actually kind of sad. People don't know the history of firearms. Connecticut, Massachusetts, all through there was where all the gun manufacturers actually originated. I mean, some of the best iconic names came out of there. Winchester, for instance. And now it's one of the most anti-gun states out there. It's just kind of sad to see how far
it is. Really sad. My God, it's like I'm reading about this, comparing to Minnesota. I mean, what does that tell you? Just sad.
Yeah. So the nice thing is Minnesota's went to court as well, and it was overturned. So Minnesota had to actually redo their regs and their laws to allow adults 18 to 20 years of age to be able to access firearms and handguns, which is how it should be. Well, I imagine that's what's going to happen here. I'm glad to see that these things are coming to court, because then you get an actual ruling on it, and I mean, it pretty much, that's the way it's going to be. And I would love to see where this goes. I'm going to follow this case as much as I can. It's called Sacco versus Bondi. Now, remember, Pam Bondi is the Attorney General now, so she's going to get listed in it. Doesn't mean she's anti-gun, so I really don't jump down my throat about that. She's just the one in charge. And recently, the Department of Justice actually pulled out of a case, and that had to do with pistol braces and reset triggers. So let's just face it, things are changing there at the top. But they joined the Connecticut Citizens Defense League. They've got their two individuals who have standing, Samuel Town and Zachary Sacco. They're represented by their attorneys, and in the complaint, they actually listed what I talked about. There's no historical analog prohibiting adults under the age of 21 from purchasing, acquiring, possessing, or carrying firearms, nor banning otherwise lawful commerce between firearm dealers and adults under 21. Essentially, they made a second-class citizen. They're saying, oh, you turned 18. You're not 21 yet, but you can go ahead and be drafted. You can pay taxes. You can be tried in court as an adult with all the consequences, but you cannot access your Second Amendment rights. And that's just not how that works. So I imagine that we're going to get a good ruling out of here. If it don't, they'll appeal it and they'll win it above them. So that's 10 lawsuits now. This Second Amendment Foundation has actually been involved with and filed on behalf of this issue, meaning adults 18 to 20 years of age. So I'm very, very excited to see what happens with this. I think it's going to be another win in our column. for Second Amendment rights for all adults, not just those 21 and above. So.
I'm certainly looking forward as well, too. And, of course, a lot of this comes in an happy ending where an armed citizen ends a deadly knife rampage in Spokane, a case for the concealed prepping as well, too. It happened in Spokane. And, of course, you had a deadly knife rampage. And why the need for, the concealed carry?
Well, we like to call this our happy ending chronicle of the week, and we always like to leave the weekend with a happy note of self-defense. And this one is perfect, especially being it's in Spokane, Washington. I mean, think about that. Washington State's not exactly a firearm-friendly or a Second Amendment-friendly state, but people can get permits to carry out there. They can carry. And this one was no different. Essentially, there was a knife attack. It was at 1:30. Get this, 1:30 in the afternoon. So this one didn't happen at nights like so many of these do. A man armed with a knife, he began attacking residents around a place called the Hart Terrace Apartments. And, of course, the police got reports that there was a suspect that was basically wielding a knife. He targeted a woman outside that apartment complex. He did, after following up on this, I went to the local news on it. She did get hit by this guy. He did stab her, but not fatally. So she recovered. She's okay. But another resident that was living in there pulled her into safety, and then the guy moved on. Again, there was resistance. Think about this. We just talked about that. As soon as somebody stood up, he basically backed off and went to another one. So then he found a person in a stairwell at the same facility. He did stab him fatally. Unfortunately, that person did not make it, all because he was just there. I mean, just a random guy. Well, that wasn't good enough. So he sees this guy walking down the street, minding his own business, walking his dog. Well, that didn't end up so well for this guy. He went over there, tried to attack him. The guy that was actually walking the dog, guess what? He was carrying his self-defense firearm. He felt that his life was in danger. He pulled out his self-defense firearm, and he ventilated him, putting some freedom seeds right through him, leaving that suspect who had already killed one, stabbed another. He assumed room temperature and was dead on the scene. Right now, there's been no charges filed against this guy. Mm-hmm. They don't expect there's going to be. But remember, as we always say when we're talking about this stuff, is that if you do this, you're probably going to be charged, or you're going to be arrested. I don't know if necessarily charged, but you're going to be arrested because that's how things work. Even in a state with stand your ground, because that's the procedure. But they're going to then take you in, question you, and probably release you if it is a clear-cut case of self-defense. Don't be alarmed. Don't worry, because you have every right to do it. But just remember that you're not just probably going to walk home if you decide to pull your self-defense firearm. But that's okay. You need to get the facts out there. And this is just another way and another great story that you have a guy who is intent on killing people. Now, I don't know why the other articles all through that whole area of Spokane never said what the circumstances. I was wondering if the guy had a mental illness or if he'd been, who knows. But no, there's really no motive so far listed in this. He just grabbed a knife and started stabbing people, and a good guy with a gun, once again, saved countless lives and ended the guy's rampage and ventilating him and making him dead. And that's what we like to see. He will never attack anybody again. Yeah,
that's right. That's right, too. And, of course, a great way to protect yourself and a great way to, fight for freedom and everything else. And lastly, what are some tips that you want to just offer as well, too, and just some thoughts on Memorial Day?
Yeah, go out and celebrate Memorial Day. We definitely want to do that. But remember why we're doing it. I mean, the barbecues are great. If you're spending time at the lake, it's great. It's finally warmed up, so it might be a great weekend for that. Spend it with family and friends, but always remember, the reason we are able to celebrate Memorial Day, the reason we have our Second Amendment intact, all our freedoms are because of the men and women that have served this country through our countless battles, both afar and domestically, and protected that freedom, including the 18 to 20-year-olds and up. Remember, most of our military they're a younger age, and they need to be because they're fighting-age men and women. So you got to thank them. Remember, that's for Veterans Day, but remember the ones that didn't make it home. And there have been hundreds of thousands over time that did not make it home in defense of this country. They signed that contract payable with their life. And if without brave men and women like that, we wouldn't enjoy these rights and privileges that we have today. So we're still the best nation in the world. We got our faults. But there's been nothing like it in this 200-year-plus experiment of the United States and its Constitution, a representative republic.
You got that right. In the meantime, where can we find you at, and how do we get a hold of you, Clay? Guns in the 701.
Yeah, check us out at gunsand701.com. You can email us at guns@gunsand701.com every Wednesday night, 7:15 Mountain, 8:15 Central in the evening. 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock in the evening. And, of course, we join Michael Bell just about every Monday, the first Monday of every month. So check us out on all our social media platforms and have a great weekend, everybody.
You too, Clay. Have a great Memorial Day weekend, and we will talk to you again next Friday with Todd Mitchell. Thanks for joining.
Yep, thanks, Mike.
Sounds good. Thank you. Clay Peterson, Guns in the 701, heard every Friday, KFYR 550, KFYR.com, 99.7 FM, and iHeartRadio. Who's our birthday winner? We'll find out in a minute on KFYR.